For the past 20 months, my friends and I have been keeping a secret. Something I've hinted at and left clues for throughout my older videos. Blink and you miss it Easter eggs. All hinting at what I'm announcing today. The Drunk Thief is back, baby!
The Drunk Thief returns! This kleptomaniac criminal lurks in the taverns on the hunt for something valuable. Unassuming at first, but he's a master of the worst. You better watch out. He's looking for a five-finger discount. Drunk and uncaring, he'll spend the night heisting.
As a quick background, The Drunk Thief was one of the first games I ever released. It was the first time I collaborated with other people for a game jam, and ever since has held a special place in my heart. Jared, Preston, and I made an official sequel in 2021 that was also for a competition, but the limitations of that format were really starting to stretch us. There was more we wanted to do, and not enough time to complete it. Plus, with my projects getting steadily longer anyways, I think it's time we buckle down and make our first commercial game. Also, we're very much in a prototyping phase right now. We're going to be reusing art from older projects and trying some different things out. I'll give you a preview of what the game looks like a little later. In the meantime, let me introduce you to your new local menace of the streets, Derek Hunt. Get it? Hunt because he's looking for stuff? Man, we are such geniuses. It's kind of like how I named my dog Georgia after rescuing her from the state of Georgia. I am just so creative. I do wonder if she remembers anything from her time in Georgia.
Invasion of New Georgia.
Nah, she probably doesn't. Since this game is about a drunk thief, we need to make sure there are fun mechanics around being drunk and being a thief. Most games fall into one of two extremes when it comes to drunkenness. Either it's a simple stat penalty, or it makes the whole game virtually unplayable. But we can do better. For this game, I'd like to create the most robust alcohol system in gaming. Now, drunkenness in real life occurs in several phases, which sounds suspiciously like different levels. So, we looked up the real life effects of being drunk and got to work. Everyone is affected differently by alcohol. How much a person drinks and how quickly they get drunk depends on their age, past drinking history. He has a lot. There are 7 stages of alcohol intoxication. Sobriety? Just being sober, that's the first level of drunk.
Yep.
Or low level intoxication. At this stage, should be feeling normal self. Stage 2, euphoria. This is the tipsy stage. You may feel more confident and chatty. You might also have a slower reaction time.
The slower reaction time could be kind of interesting.
You think we should add like a delay in the controls maybe?
That's what I was thinking too, like a slight delay. Because if not, it would be really annoying.
Lowered inhibitions.
It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's like lazy, but if you have no inhibitions, it means you have nothing you want to, like, you strive to do.
There we go.
It's just game over. You just, you know what, I don't even really want to know it anymore.
You might feel more chatty and confident. I think it would be really funny if, like, when the police enter a level, like, there's like a slight chance they'll like call out, like, expose yourself, criminal, we know you're in here. If Derek's drunk enough, like a text box pops up where like you have selections of a response. One of them is like, fine, I'm turning myself in. They'll actually like wait there for you for like a few seconds to like see if you'll come or not. The other is like, no one's here, go away. It's like a charisma check.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're gonna have the most in-depth alcohol system ever.
For real. Slurred speech, or you call him like ossifer. No ossifer, I'm fine. There's like something like that.
And then there's actually like the silent option, which is like a mini game where you just have to resist.
Yeah.
They are more likely to take risks. How would that play out in gameplay?
I don't know, because I feel like that would just be like a player's decision.
Maybe we could like incentivize it.
So I know we talked about the possibility of doing like where you can like pick locks or do like skill check kind of stuff. I wonder if like in this stage, it's like the easiest, besides like being normal, it's the easiest to do that. So like say the drunker, or the harder it is to do those skill checks, which would then in turn be like riskier to try to do.
Yeah, you know how Fallout has the novice something master system? Maybe in our game, depending on your drunk level, it like tells you different things. So if you're in stage 1 is easy, medium, hard. Stage 3, I can do it. Maybe, nah bro. And stage 5 is just yes, yes, yes.
So yeah, the more drunk you are, he's just literally just, he's an expert.
Yeah, or he thinks he's an expert.
Yeah, yep.
Lick difficulty. That could be a funny one. The more drunk you are, the higher a chance that words are just going to become misspelled on the UI.
Yeah, you just can't read them.
Motor responses are slowed. We could do something with velocity to where like if you're trying to stop and you're sober, it's like on a dime. But if you're trying to stop and you're super wasted, like you'll like travel a little bit.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I like that idea actually.
We could like reduce accuracy, like almost like if there's like a dart mini game, then you're less accurate. Oh no! Oh, there goes my housing deposit. So there's sobriety, euphoria, excitement. At this stage, you are drunk.
You're drunk.
It'd be funny if we kept scrolling and it's like, at this stage, you're more likely to steal things. Become emotionally unstable and get easily excited or saddened.
Like argue with like your team, I guess.
You might lose coordination. What if we make him bounce off walls like he's so drunk he can't even catch himself?
Trouble remembering things. I'm kind of thinking like he might like drop things. Like if he's carrying anything, he might like drop items or something like that. Or
we could also have it to be where like when a teammate communicates, it instead of like saying who it is, it's just a question mark.
Oh yeah.
Blurry vision or lose balance. So I think actually blurring the game would make it pretty unfun.
Yeah, I think what we have for like movement stuff covers this.
Well, what if we just zoom in the camera like a little bit more here and then zoom it out further, like if you're sober?
That's not a bad idea.
Tired or drowsy? Every time you see a bed, you're just pulled towards it.
Yeah, you have to fight against it.
You have an option to take a nap, and there's like a 1 in 5 chance that like the person comes home and just finds you in their bed.
Yeah. The cops just walk in like, what? Nah.
Confusion. You might be very confused about what's going on.
Like more UI elements shut off.
That could be funny. You might block out without losing consciousness or fade in and out of consciousness.
The screen just like starts going black.
It just shuts off the game.
Yeah.
This is where we could also use that darkness effect. You may not be able to feel pain, which puts you at risk to injury. I feel like that's almost like an advantage in a certain way for him.
It is. He just becomes more of a menace. Higher risk for injury, though.
It could be interesting to have ways to sober up. It's impossible. Well, not myths that we can even include in the game. You might be able to make yourself feel better or look better, but only time will lower your alcohol level.
Go back to sleep is the way to sober up in the morning, it says.
Avoid trying to relieve your hangovers by drinking more alcohol.
That'd be funny enough. That'd be so funny to be like in game where like he like finds a letter and it says like that and he goes, that can't be right.
Ways to sober up. Drink strong coffee. We are using this website for downright malicious purposes right now.
For real, honestly. Take
a cold shower. Derek just hops in the shower. Stupor. You won't be able to walk, stand, or walk. You may pass out or lose control of your bodily functions. You may have seizures or blue-tinged or pale skin.
Now, I think this is the last playable one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
I think blue skin could be interesting, just to show how drunk he is. We could do almost like you have to like manually breathe by hitting 2 buttons.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Again, I don't know if it'd necessarily be fun, but it would show you just how messed up he is. Coma. We could make it to where you play as a team member trying to rescue the drunk thief.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad. I just hear like in my head, I hear the noise of like Fortnite when somebody gets knocked on your team.
I'm just gonna copy this all. Death is just the last one. There's no way. That's a stage of alcohol. I guess it makes sense, but yeah,
just a bit aggressive.
Yeah. Drunkenness and alcoholism aren't actually good things, but if we believe that, then why are we making a game based on a drunk thief? Well, our goal with this game isn't to glorify drinking, rather to use it as a mechanic to tell an interesting story. A story about a deeply flawed man and his journey to grow. A story about Derek. With our character figured out, we were really starting to feel the limits of a purely 2D game, so we began experimenting with 3D, and the results were great. Until I realized I have no idea how to make a 3D game, and it's been a super tough learning process. Currently, our prototype has a very Paper Mario aesthetic, but what's this game actually gonna look like? So far, I've just been recycling assets from older projects, so let's hop on over to Preston to see what the art is doing.
Let's see, huh? Wait, no. It's not ready yet. You can't look at it. You can't look at it until I say so. No peeking.
While she gets to work on that, I wanted to let you all know that we're creating a Steam page for the game, and I'll have it linked in the pinned comment once we get it up. We are just getting started, and we have a lot we want to talk about. I can't wait to bring you all on this journey with us. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to be notified of when the next part comes out. If you want to see some work I've done in the past, check out this video where I made 24 games in 24 hours. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.